But Timmy Mitch is out in front. Timmy Mitch will find it took a minute, now he didn't have to run away. When they get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how the winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flame. I switch my style up, push the money fire. I'ma get rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on fifth place. On this one, they won't from the next. So it's like a fast really fast.
Takes the white flag, one lap remaining here at the Rock. He is going to make his way up a turn 4 and come to the checkered flag. Hunter Peach wins the Fast Lane 175 at Rock.
Great lift from the back. There's Bumpin' and Vegas. Who's it going to be? Rescue John Parker around. It's going to be Ruiz winning the race.
Here out front. He is on third for checkered flag waving. John Parker back into the win column.
2-3-4 for the final time. Nick Hapiak off at turn 4. Just a few more feet, and Nick Hapiak will be your champion for the 4th time in the NAOR DI Cup Series.
This is the NAOR iRacing Series.
Welcome everyone to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just 16 years in the past. We're here at Legacy Atlanta for tonight's Juicy Spider 192 here for tonight's race. As currently we're on the little 5-minute break in qualifying. Well, in a couple minutes we'll see with 5 minutes left to go in the session, so about a minute and 45 seconds we will go green. The track will go live, and the top 10 will try to improve their time and try and steal the pole away. Currently right now Jaden Porter's on the top as of now with a 31.097. Anyone in that top 10 can improve their lap time. So Arnold, Kite, Snyder, Hapiak, Meredith, Wygent, Klein, Parker, Moreno, and Porter, they can all go out there and improve their time for the last 5 minutes. It is open qualifying, so they will all have each other's help. They could use a draft. They could use each other's drafts. They will all be trying to improve their time and trying to get the pole for the second race of the season. Last week I had Cole Snyder taking the win here at Super Speedway Atlanta. Tonight we're on the old surface here at Atlanta for the 2008 version. So tire saving going to be very important tonight. We do have the first stages will be 20 laps, and the second stage will be 25. So lap 20 and lap 45 will be our stages tonight. We're at 54 to 55 is the fuel window, as there's all the drivers, our top 10 drivers, pulling on to pit road and getting to the end of pit road, ready to go to try to improve their time. So Zachary Meredith, he's out on the front right now. As Pacey Wajin's going to pull off to the side, and the track is green. So we'll see if anyone can improve their time. So right now, you can see Josh Arnold about 1500s off the pole time right now. So that we'll see if he jumps up or not. Same with any other driver. Pretty close time so far. Pacey Wajin is the first driver on the track, farthest driver on the track. So he will come around to start his first lap of this second little run here. So here he goes down to turn 1. He's going to stick to the top side. That'll be an interesting thing to see tonight. How will the bottom, middle, and top work compared to what it used to be in the Gen 6 cars, Xfinity cars? You haven't really seen it much here in the next gen on iRacing. So we'll have to see how those lines play out. But here comes Wajin. He's going to cross the line. He previously set a 31.181, and he runs a 31.656. So it does not improve on this lap. Gets up in the wall there in 1 and 2. See if anyone can improve their time. Right now, Jaden Porter, he's out on the racetrack as well. He is currently on the pole. See if he try and strengthen this. He's gonna go out here and try and strengthen his time. So Jaden Porter crossed the line. Runs at 31.739. So the track might be slower here compared to what they were. So see if anyone can find their way to make it faster. See Jonathan Parker, he's gonna come off turn 4 here. He did not improve, so I think the track's about a half a second slower. Actually, well, that time he ran a 31.3, so he was almost improved, about 0.2 off. We'll see if he can find any extra speed in that 48 machine. Here's Zachary Meredith. He's gonna run the bottom here. Everyone else seems to be on the top lane, so Meredith's gonna try the bottom. Oh, but he is sideways. He's gonna spin down into the grass. Moreno does not improve that lap time. So everyone's going to pull off mostly and try and go out and get some fresh tires. There's Josh Arnold. He's sitting in 10th right now, so he'd like to improve his lap time. Try and get up there in that top 5 probably. Oh, but he gets the wall off 4, so these drivers seem to be struggling with the grip off the corner, especially off turn 4. Arnold running all the way on that top lane. Here's Pacey Wajin. He's got help from Meredith here. He's gonna be careful with the dirty air. This dirty air could be a big factor. He's also, we'll see if the dirty air or draft will be more of a factor. Pacey Wajin, he's gonna go to the bottom, try and make this inside lane work. So you can find speed out of that, but he's not really gonna have much space to come off the corner. You see if he gets Meredith's draft down the backstretch. He ran a 31.181. That's his time on the board right now. He's gonna run the top here in 3 and 4, but he's gonna have a little bit of dirty air. And you can see the predicted lap, 31.7. Across the line. Not going to go any quicker. 30 seconds left in this open qualifying session, so these two drivers will be probably the last two to get a lap in. Have to cross pretty much now if you want a chance. Oh, Meredith spins off turn 2 there. He ends up saving a great save. So here goes Ethan Fonseca Moreno off turn number 4. He's going to not get a lap there, and he's going to pull it off the racetrack. 8 seconds left. and last Parker just got his time in there, so he can't continue this lap time. See if he can improve. He will be the last driver on the track. Oh, but he got loose off turn 2 there, and he's gonna have to get out of the gas. He was the fastest there that I've seen throughout the rest of the drivers who were running. He ran a 31.3 last lap, but no one improves their lap time. So the top 10 is going to say the exact same what we just had. So Parker, you see they ran off 31.7. But that will set our lineup for tonight's 125 lap race here at Legacy Atlanta. So let's take a quick look at our starting lineup as the drivers start to grid. So Jaden Porter on the pole with a 31.098. He's got Ethan Fonseca Moreno alongside him in that second spot. So Fonseca with a great start to the season so far, at least qualifying rise. He qualified on pole from winning his duel at Atlanta last week, and now he's going to start second here tonight. Let's move on into third place position. Jonathan Parker and Giovanni Klein will be alongside him. PC Wygen and Zachary Meredith will line up in 5th and 6th. Nick Hapiak and Cole Snyder will be 7th and 8th. And rounding out our top 10 tonight will be Donnie Kite and Josh Arnold. Starting for our back half of the field, pretty much. Mark Kissenweather, he'll start 11th. Cody McCorkle will start alongside him. And Nathan Layman and Brett Bennett, 13th and 14th. Brett Bennett, he finished 3rd last week. See if he can improve and maybe get another top 3 tonight. Dawson Allen and Hunter Peach will be behind those drivers, 15th and 16th. Justin Quimby and Enrique Quinones in 18th. Josh Crawford in 19th, and Tyler Bynock will round out our top 20. Our final driver that set a lap time in qualifying, Rodney Ayers, he'll start in 21st, and Andrew Williams will be alongside. Oh, actually, sorry. Andrew Williams will start in 22nd alongside him, and Mike Campbell will round out our 23 car field here tonight at Legacy Atlanta. So let's take a quick look at our weather before these drivers start the roll. Now it is September 13th, 1:30 in the afternoon. So 77-degree ambient temp with a hot track, 111 degrees track temp, clear skies, 3-mile-per-hour winds, 46-degree relative humidity, and it's also only 1:30, so it probably will get hotter towards the back half of this race. So we've already seen some of those drivers in qualifying struggling for grip off the corner. Just loosen the back end coming off the corner. But Cole Snyder, our last week's winner at Super Speedway Atlanta, he'll start tonight in 8th place position. So we'll see if he can improve his continue his win streak. See if he can get back-to-back wins. He's already locked into the playoffs. The point standings after all the stage points and bonus points, rather, Zachary Meredith actually the points leader by only 8 points over to Cole Snyder. So Cole Snyder locked into the playoffs in with a win. Zachary Meredith the points leader right now. We'll see currently, so we'll see if he can extend his points lead tonight. He's starting from that 6th place position, so he's starting in a great spot to improve that. Now the key tonight will be tire wear. Tire wear is very important. You know, tire wear is very important here on the old worn out surface here at the Legacy Atlanta. But we only got 20 laps for this first stage, but that's still enough time for tires to really come in and play a factor. We'll see what drivers take it. We'll see what drivers push their tires a little bit more in this first stage and the second stage, and what drivers try and lay back a little bit and try and take their tire wear and just try and save it. They do have 5 extra sets, so they got plenty of tire sets. You can see if someone try and save maybe a set towards the end, but I really don't think it will matter because they can pretty much make the last stage all in one stop anyways, because you can go about 55 laps on fuel. So last stage will be about only about 80 laps. But right now, that pace car with Jaden Porter and Ethan Fonseca Moreno on the front row. Pace car going to take that hard left turn for the second time this season to start the race, and the Juicy Spider 192 is underway. It's Parker a little wiggle on the start there. He's going to be 3 wide going out of turn 1 and 2. Just slot back in the line, and oh, we got caution already. That car's around on the back. Nathan Lamon. And there's another car involved in that. So here's the replay on the restart. So Lamon just gets on the gas a little bit too early, spins up the racetrack right into Hunter Peach, and I believe that Racing Electronics machine, that's Tyler Brynock, has to come to a stop, but he will have no damage. So fortunately for him, he just had to stop there. He'll lose a couple of spots. He lost his 3 spots from the back, but walked away unscathed from that wreck. Early yellow here. So early yellow here, so we'll see if anyone tries to take it down pit road. Maybe try and top it off on fuel, maybe try a little bit of different strategy, but everyone's going to stay on the track after the first lap wreck. So, well, I got a little bit of downtime. Actually, well, no, here comes Mike Campbell and some drivers towards the back. Hunter Peach, he's got a little bit of damage, so he's going to try and check that out. Probably get that a little bit of fix. You see that left front a little crinkled up on that front bumper. So he'll want to get that fixed. Well, I got a little bit of downtime. I think we bring in our pole sitter, Jaden Porter here. We'll bring him in. Jaden, welcome to the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, so you qualified on pole. You started off good. Started off with a good restart there. Good start there. What's your plans for this first 2 stages here? And try and save your tires a little bit better. Maybe try and drive away and try and get those stage points. What's your game plan?
I'm gonna try to drive as hard as I can the first 2 stages probably, since they're not really long distance. But you still have to also like not overheat your right rear during these stages. But mainly drive as hard as I can and try to keep the lead for the first 2 stages, and then the 3rd stage is kind of long. You'll have to save tires then.
All right. Well, good luck, and we'll leave it back to it from the first place position. So, good start for you so far tonight.
All right, thank you.
So that was Jaden Porter. He's qualified on pole. He started in the first. So there's his strategy there. Let's try and take this first 2 stages. Try to push a little bit more. So we'll see his plan here. He takes the outside lane there for that choose cone. Well, actually not the choose cone, but he takes the outside lane here. So just like last week, we've seen every leader pretty much chose the top on the restart. So Porter's going to continue that trend. He's going to stick to the top right in front of Jonathan Parker. The lineup behind him. Jaden Porter had a pretty good race last week, but I believe he got caught up in an incident. So he finished around the top 10. But so he's going to try and win tonight's race. He started in a great spot, but we'll see if we can make it into turn 1 this time. Hopefully no issues on the restart will happen. So Jaden Porter's going to lead him back to green. He's going to have Marino on his inside, Wygent and Parker lined up behind him. Happy back there in that 6th place position behind Parker. Space car takes that hard left turn on the pit road, and we are back underway here at Atlanta. Porter out with a great start. He's going to be clear of Moreno for now. Watching and Parker, they're side by side for that third place position. Watching all the way on the bottom as these drivers get up to speed. Parker's able to clear. Happy actually going to try and go around the outside of Pacey Wygant for that fourth place spot. Meanwhile, down into turn 3, up for the lead. We got Moreno running all the way up to the outside wall there. He's going to try and cross over down the front straightaway. Here comes Moreno. He wants that race lead. Side by side for the lead as they enter turn 1. Moreno on the bottom, Porter on the top. Moreno's going to drive it down in the middle, try to slide up the racetrack right in front of Porter, but Porter's going to look to cross over again, just like Moreno did off turn 4. Down the back straightaway, Porter's going to stay in line. Porter's going to go to the top, and Moreno's going to run to the bottom. See the different lane. See how the different lanes will work out for these drivers and their tire strategies. Oh, Moreno got a little loose off turn 4 there. Here comes Porter. He's going to stick to the back bumper for Moreno. Now he's going to look to the inside into turn 1. Side by side for lead. Moreno all the way up to the outside wall. May have tapped it there, but Porter on the bottom. Side by side down the back straightaway. Porter's going to have to get up and side draft that 17 machine. The 67 machine. 57. Moreno's going to be able to clear down in the turn number 3 and 4. They single file out for that those top 3 spots for now. Everyone's single file out pretty much to the rest of the field right now. You see all these drivers using the different lanes, but as soon as I say they single file out, Porter goes to the bottom again. Almost pulls alongside Moreno for that race lead. So Porter's trying to use that bottom lane. Trying to take his time a little bit in 1 and 2, but right now watching in halfback side by side behind these drivers. Giovanni Klein lurking behind Nick Hapiak, trying to make something happen. Hapiak clears his teammate of Pacey Wygant off the corner. Klein into the outside wall there on the entry. Try to use that outside lane off turn number 2. Try and get that run and try and get alongside that double steer machine of Pacey Wygant. Down the back straightaway, they're going to be side by side. Watch it sticking to the bottom. Just slide in line behind Klein. You see that, so early on so far tonight, you see that top lane in 1 and 2 being very powerful. But how Hapiak goes to the outside wall there. Big hit to the outside wall. That right side of the car. So a hard hit for that 6 machine. Hopefully he doesn't have any wheel damage. So a hard hit. Did it collect it? Keeps it straight. Keeps back going, but Nick Hapiak gonna have to struggle with trying to limp this around for the next 10 laps to get to the end of the stage. Right now that battle, he lead started to heat up a little bit. Moreno, now he pulls away after a mistake from Porter, but here comes Jonathan Parker. He's gonna look to the inside of Porter into 1 and 2. See if Parker can try and pull the slide job off the corner. Just sticks to the bottom. Gets up and able to clear Porter just in time. Porter's going to give the shove to Parker, see if they can catch that 57 machine of Ethan Fonseca. Off turn 4, here comes Giovanni Klein using the outside lane perfectly. You see multiple drivers there just on edge with the back end kicked out. See these drivers all nose to tail. Klein trying to use that outside lane, trying to get around Jaden Porter. But now here comes Pacey Wygant. He's going to look to the bottom, trying to slide up in front of Porter just like Parker did a lap ago. But not going to be able to do it. He's going to lose multiple spots here. Going to have to lose the spot to Klein. Meredith's going to back up the corner a little bit. He's going to stick to the top. You see the middle, top, and bottom lane being used here. Parker leads the way here in second as Moreno continues to pull away. Porter has a run. He's going to stick behind Parker. Klein on the outside wall again on the entry of 1 there. Porter almost to the outside wall in 1 and 2. You see all these drivers ripping that wall early on, so no one's really saving here right now. The top side of the racetrack really seems to be very dominant so far tonight. See if enough people run up there, the track could get hotter up there. Be a little hotter lane and it could be less grip, so we'll see if that bottom starts to come in later in this race, especially when the track gets really hot. Klein's up at the outside wall there in 1 and 2. Watching them, they're side by side now for that 5th place spot. Wajin just falling back with the lack of momentum from the bottom. Now Klein, he's trying to use that outside lane to get around Jaden Porter, but Porter, great run down in the middle. Almost pulls alongside that 48 machine of Jonathan Parker. 6 laps to go here in stage 1. We're now out to about a half a second lead, and then you got second all the way back to 8th, pretty much nose to tail. Everyone kind of taking their time, not really saving their tires, but everyone's just trying to get by each other, taking their time to get by each other. 5 laps to go here in stage number 1. See Porter and trying to push Parker up to that leader. Porter up at the outside wall there, 1 and 2. He's going to cause a big check on the outside lane. Klein and Meredith's going to have to avoid them. 3 wide off the corner there for a second between Porter, Meredith, and Wygant. Meredith quickly gets up to the outside lane. Wygant stuck on the bottom. Now Porter's going to move it down to the middle, pin down that double Z machine of Pacey Wygant. Here comes Cole Snyder, our last week's winner, trying to use that outside lane to his advantage. Try and get by Jaden Porter here. Center just gonna have the nose, almost gets cleared by Jaden Porter. Porter, we've seen him be able to use the middle more tonight. Compared to anyone else so far. Everyone else kind of been on the top. So Wygant still tries to use the bottom lane. It's not really working for him now, but we'll see. We don't really see here towards later in the stage, but see if he does that later in the final stage. That will be a little closer. See how the tire will be better or not compared to everyone else. McLean, he almost got to the wall there. This is a battle for 3rd. He got Meredith right behind him. Sparker continues to close that gap. He's closed that gap down a little bit to Ethan Fonseca Moreno in that race leader. Moreno leads the way for now. Coming to 2 laps to go on the stage. You see Porter there on the inside trying to make that inside lane work, trying to get to the inside of Zachary Meredith. 2 to go here in stage 1. Move there on the bottom from Mark Kissenweather. They're trying to clear Pacey Wygant off turn 4. Wygant finally, turn 2. Wygant finally moves his way up to the top side. Was able to found that gap. Everyone kind of nose to tail, 3rd on back here. Here goes Meredith. He's got the run for the high side. He's going to cut down the racetrack side by side off turn 4 for that third place spot. But Meredith's going to get very loose. He's going to hold on to it, but he's going to lose all his spot in time. As you got 1 lap to go here in stage 1. Now they're side by side for that 3rd place spot. Porter's going to slide job up the racetrack. Klein's going to go to the bottom. Off turn number 2. This is an extra point here in this stage. Down the back straightaway. Klein and Porter side by side for that 3rd place position. 2, 3, 4, here comes Wygant. Snyder, they're side by side behind him. Klein almost up at the Porter off turn number 4. Not going to do it, but as they come off turn 4, Ethan Fonseca Moreno is going to win stage 1 here tonight at Legacy Atlanta. And there's the caution to end the stage. Parker got it within 2/10 there at the end, but just wasn't enough. Could he get there? But Moreno's able to hold off and get to the stage, and get the stage win. So Moreno starts his night off strong, winning the 1st stage. Porter was able to crawl his way back to 3rd after that mistake earlier. So the next stage will end at the end of lap 45. So when we go back green, we'll probably be just about 20 laps, just the same as this one. See the pit strategy here this time here, so assuming everyone will come down here, take 4 tires and top it off on fuel. Didn't really get a caution late enough to the stage for anyone to try and flip the stage, but I think tires would just be too important to really even try to flip the stage. Now off turn 4, everyone's gonna dive it down to pit road. So Moreno leads them on with Parker behind him. So Moreno's gonna come to a stop and stall here. This Porter stops right in front of him. We'll see Porter if he can use that first pit stall to his advantage. And we're gonna take 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. Actually, then we do have 1 car coming off pit road. That's gonna be see, that's actually Andrew Relias. He comes off pit road first, so he's gonna hop in front of everyone. There's the race off pit road. Moreno holds on. Parker's gonna actually get in front of Moreno, but Andrew Relias will take the lead. So did they take a two tire call here? So yeah, Williams actually did not take any tires at all, so just fuel only, topped it off on fuel. We'll see how the old tires work out for him. Actually, he's gonna come down pit road here, so he's gonna come down and take his four fresh tires. He's trying to just cycle his way to the back, doesn't want to be up front. So Jonathan Parker, he'll be the leader as we take the one to go signal. So Jonathan Parker will move to, he'll choose the top lane for this restart. So the second stage will be 21 laps. So have 1 extra lap compared to the last stage. So Parker will lead with Moreno, our stage winner, from to his end side. You got Jaden Porter and Giovanni Klein behind them. See from Moreno how aggressive he is, trying to get that race lead again. Trying to sweep the stages tonight, but Parker, he was right there with Moreno towards the end of that stage. You also got Jaden Porter. We heard his strategy earlier. Pace car is off. We are back underway here in Atlanta. We're underway for stage 2. Good restart for Parker. He's going to be able to clear Moreno for the race lead already, but now they're going to be side by side at that 3rd place spot. Porter on the bottom, Klein to the top. Kiss and Weathers going to try and follow Porter down on the bottom. As everyone gets up to speed, this top lane will start to come in a factor. Klein's going to get that run on the top, but here comes Moreno. He's going to look to the inside here in turn 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead. Parker on the top side. Moreno on the bottom, up the racetrack off turn 4. Parker's going to get the run. Moreno's going to try and side drive down the straightaway. Going to stay side by side for that race lead, but he's going to tuck in line. No, he's going to go back to the bottom. He's going to use the middle of the racetrack to try and get that run. Pin Parker up towards the outside wall. Side by side off turn 4 to turn 2. A little bit of contact for that race lead. Moreno on the bottom, Parker up top. Down to 3 and 4. Both these drivers want this race lead. Knowing that clean air is very important. Winner on the bottom, able to make it work so far. Parker on the top with a great run up the speed this time. Moreno not be able to get the run. He's gonna have to slide in line behind Parker, but he's gonna move back to the middle here in 1 and 2. Parker's gonna have to check up through the center of the corner there. He's able to get the run off turn 2 again though. A great run for that 48 machine. Moreno's gonna have to settle back in line, maybe try and fight around the outside lane. But now Parker, he moves to the bottom here in 1 and 2. Moreno, we'll see what he can do on the top side. Off turn 4. Off turn 4 now. Moreno not able to get there. He's going to have a good run. So we'll look to the inside here in 1 and 2 again. You see how Moreno wants this race lead, wants these stage points. They're going to be important later to the season. Later for the end of the season. Side by side for lead once again. You got the drivers behind, trying to single file, trying to push up to these 2 race leaders. Moreno using the bottom again, hugging that white line. But Parker able to make speed on the top, but Moreno's going to be clear off turn 4. He's going to slide up the racetrack, but Parker's going to try to cross over down the front straightaway. Side by side for the lead still. Now Parker's going to be on the bottom. He's going to have to try and slide up in front of Moreno, but he's almost losing on the entry of the corner. He's side by side with Moreno. Moreno going to be able to use the outside lane. Ain't gonna be able to clear Parker off turn 2. Now here comes Jaden Porter. He's gonna try and take the opportunity and try and take that second spot away from Jonathan Parker. Parker on the top lane, Porter on the bottom, side by side for the second place spot as Moreno pulls away for the race lead. They quickly single file it back out, but you see everyone pretty much on the top. Now you see a couple drivers there in the middle. Kissenweather moved to the middle and angled it down to the bottom. He slots up behind Porter. Different lanes of the racetrack, different strategies. These drivers trying to save their tires a little bit towards the very end of the stage. Now we did have an early caution in that first stage that ended up shorting the stage pretty much to about 15 laps. So we do go green all the way through the end of the stage here, 21 laps. That could be a big factor. So if anyone's on the top, see some drivers that are running the bottom right now, could see some speed coming from at the very end of the stage. Single file for now between everyone, pretty much using the top towards the middle. See a couple of drivers on the bottom here, Parker, Porter, Kissenweather, watching behind him, all using the bottom. But Klein gets loose off the corner behind Kissenweather. Cause a calamity kind of behind him, 3 wide for this position. Arnold in the middle, he's gonna be able to clear Steiner off the corner. Steiner's gonna try and hold that outside lane, not gonna be able to get there. So Arnold clears for that spot as Klein losing all his momentum down to the bottom lane. It's back to the battle for the lead. Parker wants it back. He's back on the inside, side by side off turn 4. Moreno on the outside lane. Doesn't get the run that he used to be able to get. Now they're going to be side by side. Parker and Moreno through turn 1 and 2. Parker's going to stay in the middle just like Moreno did when Moreno was trying to take the race lead away. Moreno able to use that outside lane in 1 and 2 and able to clear off the corner, but this battle for the race lead still not diminishing. Here comes Kissenweather. He's trying to look to the inside of Jaden Porter for that 3rd place spot. These top 4 drivers have not given each other any breaks early on in this second stage. Through 3 and 4 now, everyone still staying single file. As you see there, Meredith and Klein, they're side by side for that 9th place spot. Back for a little bit from the main pack, but now actually move up to the main pack. Here got Kissenweather. He's going to go 3 wide at the bottom for the 2nd place spot. He wants the position. He's going to be all the way at the bottom. Porter in the middle. Parker all the way up to the outside wall. Porter not going to be able to clear Parker. Parker's going to get the run off the corner. There's still 3 wide for the 2nd position. Parker clears for that spot. Now he's going to cut down to the bottom. He's going to try and close that gap down for the race lead. As Kissenweather and Porter, they're still side by side for about that 3rd place spot. Now Kissenweather, he's going to lose that spot to Cole Snyder as well. So Kissenweather back to 5th place. As Wajin, he's trying to make that bottom work. We've seen him on the bottom pretty much all night. He hasn't really ran that top at all. Shift towards if we can see the last 5 laps of the stage, his tires will be a little bit better compared to all these drivers in front of him that have been running the top so far. But Jaden Porter under attack here from Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder looking for that 3rd place spot. The last week's winner at Atlanta last week. But Snyder gets to the outside wall there in 1 and 2. Porter on the bottom. That might allow him to clear. It won't though. Snyder, good enough run, but here comes Kissenweather. He's going to take it 3 wide once again, just like he did for 2nd. But this time it's for 3rd. Kissenweather not able to make the move work. He's going to lose that. He's not going to. Oh, but Snyder, he gets loose on the corner. He's going to check out Porter. And now that's going to allow Kissenweather on the bottom. Getting clear. Snyder going to 1. Yes, he will. Kissenweather clears for 3rd. They're still side by side for 4th between Snyder and Porter. Porter all the way on the outside wall. You see this middle lane. The bottom's able to work if you get that slide job done, but it's creating great racing so far tonight. All these drivers not letting each other have an inch. Wanting as much track position as possible. Right now, Kissaweather holds on the third. He gets to the wall off the corner. That's going to allow Porter side by side for third. As they're also side by side behind for fifth as well between Arnold and Snyder. Porter clears Kissaweather. Snyder on the bottom with Snyder on the top with Arnold on the bottom. But now Kissaweather's going to try crossover here for the third place spot as Porter cleared. Kissaweather on the bottom. This one on the bottom, Porter on the top, able to make it work. Kissaweather not able to make that bottom work perfectly yet. Perfectly so far. But you can see how aggressive he is trying to get that track position. Trying to get fourth right now, decent track position for him for now. But he wants that clean air from that race, trying to chase down these race leaders. Which for Renault, he's got Jonathan Parker right on his back bumper again. And Moreno, he's running towards the middle of the racetrack, and Parker's running that very outside lane. The outside lane seems a little bit weaker compared to the outside lane in 1 and 2. So everyone's on the top, pretty much on the top in 1 and 2, and God, you see that more lanes being used down in 3 and 4. But Parker got up at the outside wall there in 1 and 2. That's going to cause him a big lack of little momentum. That's going to allow Moreno to get a big race lead, but Porter's going to push Parker, try and get him back up there. To the top off turn number 4. Parker to try and close this gap back down, try and get this race lead back. 4 to go in stage 2. Moreno trying to sweep the stages. Off turn 2, Porter sticks behind Jonathan Parker. Try to push that 48 machine back up to the race lead, but Kissaweather does not want that to happen. He's going to go to the inside with Jaden Porter here. They're trying to take these spots away. 3 to go here in stage 2. Porter pushes Parker up closer to Moreno. It's about 2/10 now is the gap. The Kissaweather on the bottom, able to make it work better this time. But the run on the top side in 1 and 2 just too good. Porter and Parker pushing each other. But down to the 3 and 4 now. Porter goes to the bottom. Parker stays at the top, side by side for seconds. Parker gonna need this run off turn 4 if he wants a chance at the race lead. He's gonna have to deal with Jaden Porter, try to side draft him off the corner. But Moreno is right there, just the dirty air, not allowing these drivers to get too close. Let's see Wajid, he's seen him on the bottom. He's moved his way up to 5th place. He's trying to make some moves up here now in the top 5. We see the draft being very evident so far tonight. These top 5 to 8 drivers have been able to stay close all night long. But off turn 4, 1 lap to go in stage 2. Moreno out to about a 2/10 of a second lead. Actually, the caution is out now. As the end of the stage. So that's the end of the stage. So that was the end of the stage. So stage ended about a lap earlier than expected. So Fonseca Moreno will win both stages and sweep the stages tonight. Parker able to follow in 2nd and Porter in 3rd. So now they'll bring us into our final stage tonight. Will be probably the rest of the race. So 80 laps to go so far. So it'll be a 1-stop race. So we'll see if anyone tries any different strategy. The undercut, overcut tries to pick with a little a group. Pit road will open this time by, and assuming everyone will come down and take 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel as well. Everyone comes down pit road. Now, Moreno, he was able to get Parker, beat him off pit road last time. So we'll see if Parker can get a better pit stop compared to Fonseca Moreno. Into the stalls. Moreno's gonna go into the stall. Now Parker, he was a little farther back compared to the end of the first stage pit stops. And Jonathan Parker, he's gonna be able to beat Moreno off pit road again. So Jonathan Parker will take the race lead from pit stops again. So while we have the opportunity here, we'll quickly bring in our stage winner of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. So Ethan, welcome to the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you're able to win both stages so far tonight. So what's your plan going into this final stage?
I'd say about the same thing that I've been doing this whole race, just trying to stay in front. Seems like all the runs, we barely have enough to go like 10 more laps than what the stages have been. So I think just gonna stick to trying to push a little bit more and trying to stay up front. Don't want to fall back and be caught up in traffic.
Yeah, and how's that third year been when you're behind Parker here, and how difficult is it to pass, really, especially with the dirty air?
I think the car is a little bit tighter in dirty air. It definitely pushes the car up the track, especially when we're running up against the wall. So it's a little tricky. Just got to run it a little bit lower just to get that clean air. But yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, that's it.
All right. Well, congrats on the stage wins, and good luck in the final stage.
All right, appreciate it.
So that was Ethan Fonseca Moreno, won both of our stages tonight. So he's gonna try. Heard his plan there. Gonna try and fight for this track position. The dirty air makes that car tighter. We'll see how Moreno can battle back to the race lead against Jonathan Parker. Maybe take his race win tonight. But they do have one green flag pit stop in this stage, assuming we get no cautions during this run. It's interesting to see how these drivers play their strategies, try and go all the way long, try and stretch it out so they can go about 10 laps longer than halfway through the stage. So you can probably go around lap, so you can probably go about to 35 to go in the stage. Actually, yeah, the 25 to 30 to go in the stage. We'll see if anyone stretches it that far. If everyone tries to split the stage in half. Tires are a pretty big factor, so we'll see. So assuming the overcut will be pretty huge, but you don't want to lose too much time from that undercut, and then not be able to have enough time to catch back up. But Jonathan Parker able to better Ethan Fonseca Moreno on the top once again. But this time Parker's gonna go to the bottom on the restart, so we haven't really seen that so far this season. Last week at the Super Speedway Atlanta, all the leaders really chose the top, and now Parker's going to choose the bottom this time. So knowing that the bottom's going to be a lot better in 1 and 2, trying to get back up to speed. Moreno, we'll see if he can hold that outside enough. Maybe try and seal this race lead back away. Pace car off, and we're back underway here for the Juicy Spider 192. Jonathan Parker out to a great start. And Moreno's going to be able to slot in line here for second place position. This is top 4 to 5, settle in. See, Pacey Washington, he was able to get up to 4th. He was on the bottom that entire stage, and he came up to the front towards the very end of that stage. Now everyone pretty much single file is out so far. Porter and Moreno, they're single file for that second place spot. Wajin on the bottom, Meredith on the top. So you can see Meredith wants that early track position. They're trying to get this run off turn 4, pull alongside Pacey Wajin, side by side for this 4th place position. Meredith's gonna stick to the top, so we'll see compared to the drivers running the top and the bottom. See their how different their cars handle towards the end of this fuel stint, this fuel run. Well, Wajin on the inside, Meredith on the outside, able to make that outside lane work. He's able to clear Wajin, but Wajin is going to stick back to the bottom. You've seen that double zero machine stick to the bottom all night tonight so far to save his tires early. We'll see if he comes alive late in this run. Just past the lap 50 mark here tonight. Jonathan Parker, for now, he's sticking to that top lane and just trying to give himself as much of a gap as he can. As Moreno and Parker single file out behind him. But Wygant side by side with Arnold now for that 5th place position. See drivers all over the place behind Wygant. But Parker leads the way out in front by about half a second over Moreno. Everyone starts to single file out. We got Cole Snyder and Giovanni Klein. They're side by side there towards the back end of the top 5. This is for 8th place position. Snyder on the bottom, Klein on the top. Klein trying to make that outside lane work. Gonna be able to almost clear Snyder here into 1. Snyder, our last week's winner at Super Speedway Atlanta. But you see all these drivers here towards the back half of this top 10. See half of them kind of using the top, half of them using the bottom. See Donnie Kite, he's moved up top, just blocks that outside lane run from Giovanni Klein. But here comes Zachary Meredith. We've seen him, he's been aggressive so far early in this final stage. He's going to try and get this extra spot. He clears Porter through 3 and 4, tries to move to the top side through the center of the corner and get the run off. But he's going to lose a little bit of time to Moreno. Meredith is our points leader after the amount of stage points he's got last week and a great finish. Right now, you got Calamity behind him. A driver there, wiggling down the back straightaway. That's the 32nd machine, Justin Quimby, that towards the back there. He held on to it. He was able to hold on to it. He's got a Brett Bennett to his inside. Back into this battle for second. These second through 4th here will not stay away from each other. Moreno sticking to the top, wants to defend this 2nd place spot. Doesn't want to get mired back in traffic. We heard his strategy for this final stage. Wants to keep this track position as much as he can. Gotta be careful not burning up his tires. Giovanni Klein trying to work his way up. He's side by side with Donnie Kite for that 6th place spot. Unable to use that outside lane. We see he's trying to move up. He's working his way back up from that back half of the top 5. He's moved up into the 6th place spot. He's looking for that outside lane around Josh Arnold. So Klein, we've seen Klein and Meredith. There's 2 drivers that have been really using the top side so far this run. It's not Donnie Kite. He's under attack here from his teammate of Pacey Wygant. Pacey Wygant, we haven't really seen him at all on the top so far tonight. So we'll see towards the back half of this run. His tires could be a little bit better. So keep an eye out on your ticker on the left side of the screen. That double zero machine. Pacey Wygant towards the back half of this run, probably in the next 10 to 15, 20 laps, we'll see how quick he's able to move his way through the field. He's been saving his tires a lot so far tonight, knowing that the tires will fall off pretty big. Just trying to play this long game so far tonight. But meanwhile, back into the battle for second, you got Jack Meredith trying to find his way by Ethan Fonseca Moreno, but Moreno sticking to that top side, doesn't want to give up the track position. So starting to gain a little bit on our race leader, Jonathan Parker, but Parker started to move to the bottom. He's trying to save his tires a little bit better. Doesn't want to get a too huge of a lead. Just stay a comfortable margin, about half a second, and just save his tires a little bit as he sticks to the top there in 1 and 2, knowing that the top in 1 and 2 very dominant. Knowing he can lose a lot of time there if he runs the bottom in 1 and 2. Everyone's single file out for now. You see Donnie Kite, he's starting to fall back a little bit. He's now Cole Snyder, or last week's runner, trying to find his way to the inside. There in the background, Jaden Porter's new to the bottom, Josh Arnold on the bottom. So you see those 2 drivers trying to save their tires a little bit through 3 and 4 on the bottom. Giovanni Klein sticking to that outside lane. I haven't really seen him run that inside lane much so far tonight. in this early run. A little bit of single file. Now let's do a little bit of crank it up here on LRN. You see there, oh, Klein actually, as soon as we come out of the crank it up segment, Klein a little sideways off turn 4 there. He's able to keep it together, but back up to this battle, Josh Arnold, Zachary Meredith, Pacey Wyatt, we've seen these drivers starting to get a little bit antsy. Wyatt able to stick to the bottom of this entire run. You can see his tires start to come to life. He's up to that 6th place position, trying to fight in front of Zachary Meredith and Josh Arnold, even into the middle and top end of the racetrack pretty much this whole run so far. But now Pacey Wyatt trying to work his way by these drivers. Side by side for this 4th place spot between Meredith and Arnold. Wyatt's going to move to the outside of Arnold side by side for that 5th place spot. Wyatt's able to take that top 5. You seen it just a couple laps ago, he was running that 8th place spot. Now his tires start to come to life. There's about 10-15 laps into this run. Actually, we're coming up to the 20 laps in this run here in a couple laps. And Wyatt able to make his tires work a lot better compared to everyone else. He's got a little bit to go, a second and a half to catch Jonathan Parker. We'll see if he can get up to that 48 machine for that race lead. But here's System Weather and Cody McCorkle. They're side by side off turn 4. McCorkle falls behind Kiss of Weather. There's Kite right behind McCorkle. But Moreno and Porter, they're starting the battle a little bit for second, but Porter on the bottom. I see this driver's starting to spread out a little bit now. The tires starting to matter a little bit more. As Parker still leads about a half a second over second place of Ethan Fonseca Moreno, but Jaden Porter right behind Moreno in 3rd. Got Zachary Meredith and Pacey Wyatt currently rounding out our top 5. Parker's sticking to the top lane now, doesn't want to lose a little bit more time. But they're side by side for that 2nd place spot now. You see the inside lane starting to come into factor for Jaden Porter, able to make it work better than Moreno on the top side. Moreno still able to get the run off the corner, but Porter able to start to use the bottom a little bit better. You see his tires starting to work a little bit better, but now behind these two drivers, you got Meredith and Wyatt. They're side by side. Wyatt's tires really start to come to life. He's starting to become faster. Last time by, Wyatt's been about a 10th faster than the race leader these past couple laps. You can see Porter on the bottom. So the bottom and 3 and 4 are starting to come in, be a little bit faster than the top lane. We're past the halfway point in this race. We're about 23 laps into this run. So the pit window is open. As you see there, Nick Hapiak, he's gonna dive it down pit road. They're trying. He had a lot of damage from big hits to the outside wall earlier. See, this early stop will help him out. He's gonna have to go very long in the set of tires, longest on the set of tires that anyone will have to tonight. As you do have 55 laps to go in this race, but Jaden Porter able to make that inside lane work. He's side by side for the second place spot with Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Moreno's gonna close the door now. Moreno could have moved out of the bottom. He heard him early in his interview earlier after his stage 2. He wanted to keep his track position. Here comes Porter, try to work to the inside for this second place position. Meanwhile, behind them, Pacey Wajent clears for 4th. So Wajent starting to come alive late in this run. You also got Josh Arnold behind them as well. But Moreno able to use that outside lane as a wiggle from Porter on the bottom. Porter's gonna have to lose a little bit of time. Gonna have to try and regather his speed and momentum, and try and fight for that second place spot back. But they're slowly closing that gap down to our race leader, Jonathan Parker, where Parker's been on the top pretty much the entire run so far. Wajent in clear for 4th, and Arnold right behind him trying to fight for that spot. But Jaden Porter back to the inside of Ethan Fonseca Moreno for that second place spot. He's going to be able to clear off turn 4 this time by, and Moreno's going to lose that second place spot to Jaden Porter. We'll see how aggressive he is for that second place spot. He's going to go back to the inside, hit side by side in the turn number 1 and 2. Moreno's going to use that top lane pin. Porter all the way over to the outside wall. Porter's going to get up at the outside wall, but he's able to actually kind of sped him up a little bit, and he's able to clear Moreno off turn 2. As Porter clear for 2nd, we'll see if he can chase down that race leader, Jonathan Parker. Parker's been led this entire final stage so far, past about 25 laps. So Moreno, he settles back in for 3rd, but here comes Pacey Wajent, that double zero machine, stick to the bottom, hasn't used the top pretty much once at all tonight so far. You can see he's starting to close that gap down. Last time by, he was about 2/10 faster than our race leader, Jonathan Parker. Is Brett Bennett. He comes out pit road, finished 3rd last week at Super Speedway Atlanta. He's have to go 50 laps on this next set of tires. Pretty deep in the stall there. I'll back it up a little bit. We'll have to see how these undercut drivers, so Nick Capiak, Brett Bennett, we'll see how quickly they come up. But here comes Jaden Porter. He's actually right on that back bumper. Jonathan Parker for the race lead now, right on his back bumper. You see Parker starting to struggle with tires, starting to fall off the pace a little bit late towards this run. You see Giovanni Klein. He's going to dive it down pit road from 14th place position. Yeah, right behind him. That's Justin Quimby behind him as well. This battle for the race lead is starting to heat up. Parker ran the bottom there in 3 and 4. Porter able to get a good run. Through 1 and 2, Parker moves back to the top. Porter all the way on the bottom, wrapping that white line as best as he can, side by side for this race lead. Porter trying to take this race lead away, but Parker does not want to give it up. We're about 30 laps into the runs. The tires, oldest they have been so far tonight for any of these drivers. A little wiggle from Porter down the bottom. Parker able to use that outside lane to his advantage. Side by side for the lead. Still. Through 1 and 2. Parker on the top, and Jaden Porter going to be able to clear for the race lead. And he takes the race lead so far into this run. We'll see if Jonathan Parker tries to take any in the different strategy as on the radio, Mark Kisselweather, he's saying he's coming down pit road. You see Meredith Heaton dove down pit road last lap. So here comes Kisselweather. He's going to dive down pit road. Moreno's going to dive down pit road. Parker's going to dive down pit road. And Jaden Porter's going to dive down pit road. So all the leaders are going to dive down pit road. A little close for Moreno there. And Moreno has the speeding penalty. So Moreno not able to get it down pit road. Down to pit road speed. So Ethan Fonseca Moreno going to have to serve his penalty. And unfortunate for that 57 machine. That's going to put an end to his chance at the race win unless he can catch a caution at the right time. But these drivers all come in early in this run. Porter's going to come out first. Parker behind him. Moreno still waiting there as he has his speeding penalty. So see how hot he came in the pit road there. Locked it up and not able to get it down to pit road speed. But gonna compare where these other drivers of Nick Hapiak, where they come out compared to these drivers. So Hapiak's pretty far back, and same with Justin Quimby behind them. So those drivers pretty far back. Giovanni Klein, I think he also messed up pit road. He's 2 laps down, so he was pretty far back there. Brett Bennett, he's actually he's behind those drivers as well. So everyone who pitted very early on in this run, they come behind. So I think these drivers kind of seen. You see Wajin and Arnold, they came down pit road as well. So everyone's staying out. Everyone try to take the undercut so far. As I think they've seen those drivers try to pit as early as they possibly can. They don't want to give those drivers too much of an advantage with the undercut. They want to try and take that race lead away. But right now, Parker and Porter, they're battling for the race lead as soon as they come up pit road. Parker on the bottom, Porter on the bottom. So this will be the net race lead as really McCorkle takes the race lead as Willie comes down pit road. But right now, Jonathan Parker and Porter and Parker now battling for the race lead now as everyone is cycled down to pit road. So see what everyone cycles out. They do have a little bit of fresher tires. We see Meredith, he's on the older tires. He pitted a little bit earlier. He's back in third, but these top 2 drivers, for Jonathan Parker and Jaden Porter, have a pretty big lead over the rest of the field. But Pacey Wajin, Mark Kissenweather, Pacey Wajin, Josh Arnold, they all pitted the lap later, so we'll see if that 1-lap overcut will work for those drivers. But Parker sticking to the top again, knowing that top has been very good for him tonight. He's going to stick to the top, try to pull this gap away from Jaden Porter, but Porter's sticking to the bottom, knowing his tire saving will matter. And try and bring that in, try and fight Parker later or towards the end of this race. So right now these top 2 drivers have about a 1.2 second gap over third place running Zachary Meredith as Mark Kissenweather holds on to 4th, but Josh Arnold and Pacey Wajin side by side for 5th. But Pacey Wajin, we've seen him, he's staying on the bottom. He's still staying on the bottom. He knows what he's got on the bottom, knows his tires are going to be important, so he's going to trust his gut and try to save his tires as much as he can. Everyone going to go the longest they have on tires tonight, 42 to go. They did it 5 laps ago, so they're going to go double their run they just did with about 35 laps. So, well, not really double their run, but they're going to be a pretty good margin longer on this run, so tires can become a very big factor, but they don't want to lose too much time sticking to the bottom too long. But the bottom eventually does come in with the older tires. You see Brett Bennett, he undercut the field. He's now in front of Pacey Wajin. Wajin's trying to get by that 47 machine of Brett Bennett. As they hit 40 laps to go. Coming to the final part of this race. I see the tires starting to matter a lot more as they just came off pit road now. So you see this tires come into play a lot late in this run, probably with about 15-20 to go. We'll see how well Pacey Wajin saves his tires on the bottom compared to our race leaders. He's 3.5 seconds back from our race leader of Jonathan Parker. He has a lap fresher tires, but But those top two drivers have been sticking in the middle of the top, but now they're moving to the bottom up there. But right now, Wygant trying to find his way by Josh Arnold. They're battling before they pitted too as well, so these two drivers not letting each other go. Currently, Parker leads over Porter by about half a second. With 37 laps to go this time by. As Kissenweather and Arnold, they're going to be side by side for that 4th place spot. So Kissenweather pitted about a lap earlier than these two drivers. See Wygant, he's starting to move the middle, trying to follow Arnold through by Kissenweather. Meredith is a couple seconds up the road. As I said, Wygant and Arnold, they were about 3.5 seconds back. They're now down to 3 seconds. So these two drivers are quicker with about only a lap fresher tires, and they haven't really been battling that much so far in this run. But they're starting to battle a lot more. They gotta be careful not burn their tires off while battling for this 4th place spot. But they're down a 3-second gap right to the race leader. We'll see if these drivers can close that gap down. They have plenty of time to do it. 36 to go. And that last time by, PC Wygant was about the same as our race leader of Jonathan Parker. So right now they're starting to stagnate out and even out, but now Arnold, he got really loose off turn 4 there, side by side for this 4th place spot now between Wygant and Arnold. Arnold on the top, Wygant able to clear down on the bottom. He's able to take that 4th place spot. He's to clear Arnold. Now will Arnold try and fight that spot back, but he's got a pretty decent gap now, a couple 10th gap between him and Wygant. But now Bennett, he's losing that spot to Donnie Kite. As Bennett, he tried that undercut, he's continue to fall back as he's on the older tires, probably about 10 lap older tires compared to everyone else in the field. See Nick Hapiak also as well. Giovanni Klein here, he pitted pretty early. As you see Moreno there on a lap, he's a lap down here as McCorkle's trying to find his way by him. So Moreno a lap down. It's unfortunate speeding penalty mistake entering pit road. Just couldn't get it down the woods down to in time, and so he's gonna hope for a yellow here late in this race, try and fight his way back up for that race win. But currently Parker leads over Porter still by about the same gap, 0.4 of a second. The last time by, Pacey Wygant that 4th place spot, about a 10th quicker than these race leaders, so he's slowly closing that gap back down. He keeps staying at about a 10th per lap. He will catch them, but with about 5 to 8 to go. So you gotta keep an eye on that double zero machine, how quick he will be able to close on these drivers. If they stick to the top, they battle. And also as well, if he gets within about a second of Zachary Meredith, he will has the draft with that 17 machine. So that could come into play too. We've seen earlier tonight in the stages, the draft was pretty important. As you can see it there with Arnold and Kissenweather, they're staying stuck together. And only not so far back from Wygant, but you see the tires start coming to play. Wygant's starting to pick up his pace. We've seen him, he's been very great at saving tires tonight. This is the longest run of the night. This will be the longest run of the night for every driver, so we'll see how well he is saving tires compared to everyone else in the field. But we've seen him at the end of stage 2. He was able to make his way up through the field. And also the end of that our green flag run there, and now he's got 30 to go. So 30 to go this time by. Porter's closing that gap, staying right there with Jonathan Parker. Parker cannot make a mistake if he still wants to win this race. But these two can't battle too much, or Pacey Wygant and Zachary Meredith, they'll be there in no time. Parker still leads, but Arnold trying to stick behind Wygant. We'll see if Arnold tries to make any move on that double zero machine of Pacey Wygant, or just sticks behind him and tries to push Wygant up to Zachary Meredith, as they're now in that drafting range in dirty air. Meredith, I think he made a mistake there. Right there now within 2 tenths. So they gained like 3 tenths this time. This in turn 1 and 2 they're alone. So Wygant on the bottom, sticking to the bottom like he's had all night. He's able to make it work. Now he's gonna have to try and find his way by that 17 machine of Zachary Meredith. But Jaden Porter inching in on our race leader of Jonathan Parker, but watch down on the bottom, trying to take this 3rd spot away from Meredith. Can't hurt his tires too much, trying to fight for this position. Meredith doesn't want to give it up. He's sticking to the top lane, but Wygant is going to stick to the bottom. Can he maybe clear off turn 4? Meredith's going to stick to the top. He's going to cut down, trying to get a late apex off the corner and pin down that double zero machine of Pacey Wygant. That's going to slow Wygant down late into this run. But now Arnold's going to take that opportunity. Now he's going to try and go 3 wide through the center as Meredith all the way to the top. Arnold in the middle, but Wygant's going to be able to clear both of them off the corner. And Arnold's going to clear as well. Here comes Kissenweather. They're following through. So these 3 drivers are slowly gaining on our race leaders, Jonathan Parker and Jaden Porter. But these 2 drivers are actually, as meanwhile, we were focusing on that battle, Jaden Porter stole the race lead away from Jonathan Parker. So Porter was able to get his way by. Let's take a quick replay of that, actually. I think we should get a quick replay of that pass for the lead. So Jaden Porter able to stick side by side with Parker off the corner, and Porter on the bottom, and Parker way up the racetrack, had a check up through the center, and Porter was able to steal that race lead away, and now he's continuing to pull his gap out by about a couple tenths. Parker sticking to the top, but now Porter, he doesn't have the dirty air, not stuck behind Jonathan Parker, so we'll see what lap times he can run compared to Pacey Wygant, Josh Arnold, and Mark Kissenweather, as Kissenweather able to get by Josh Arnold for that 4th place position. That time by, Wygant actually 2 tenths slower than Jaden Porter up front. So Wygant's tires start to fall off a little bit. But Kissenweather, he's starting to bring some steam now, and he's going to push Wygant now for that third place spot. But Kissenweather, his tires starting to come into life. He's wanting to try and battle for this race win. Kissenweather, great run off turn 4. He's going to move to the bottom, side by side with Wygant for 3rd. He's going to take that 3rd place spot. So Kissenweather able to make his tires, save his tires better. He's going to have to try and gain after he had to fight by Wygant there. So now he's about to 3 seconds. So he needs to gain more than a tenth a lap if he wants to get to our race leaders of Jaden Porter and Jonathan Parker. Parker not letting Porter get too far away, but Wygant's actually going to dive it down pit road. He's going to try 2 stop at the end of the stage. Interesting call for that double zero machine. His tires are a little older. The problem is he'll lose about a lap and a half, but I don't know if he'll have enough time to catch. But he's going to try the Hail Mary strategy. He's going to try a 2-stop strategy, see if it works out for that double zero machine. They all did pit pretty early, so maybe everyone should try and split this last stage into thirds. I don't think that was really an option. I thought the 1-stop strategy would be a lot quicker, but we'll see if it works out for this double zero machine. Wygant was able to save his tires a lot better. He's going to come down pit road. He's going to go about a lap and a half down. We'll see how quickly he can work his way through the field. If anyone else tries to 2-stop as well. But right now, Porter and Parker right there with each other. Parker not letting Porter go. He's trying to stand in the middle, move back to the bottom. Porter doesn't want to give up the race lead, but Parker, you can see how well he ran the bottom there. He's going to stay a little closer. Josh Arnold, he's also going to go down pit road as well, and same with Mark Kissenweather. So these drivers trying the 2-stop strategy in this last stage. It wasn't really a fuel issue, but now Parker, he's gonna take the race lead away from Jaden Porter. But we gotta keep an eye on Pacey Wygant, Josh Arnold, and Zachary Meredith. We'll see if they can gain a lap and a half at 20 laps. Well, 21 laps. We'll see this time by actually. Wajin's going to cross the line. He passes Moreno, but this battle for the race lead still going on. But Pacey Wajin at 31.669 as these leaders are at 32.607. So it's a lap, only a second a lap faster. Math's not going to work out in my mind right now. We'll have to see. 20 to go. Parker leads. Porter's right there in second. So Parker took the race lead back. Kissenweather down to about 2.7 seconds. He's running a pretty much similar lap times compared to these race leaders. So, but if these two race leaders battle too much, Kissenweather will be able to close this gap down. But with 19 to go, these top two not letting each other go. They've been battling this entire last run. But Porter moves to the middle. Parker stays at the top. That's what we've mostly seen. One driver goes to the bottom, the other goes to the top. And they kind of just flip-flop like that. Flip-flop like that. But Parker on the top, Porter on the bottom, side by side for the lead with 18 laps to go here at Atlanta. We've seen Parker on the top through 1 and 2 all night tonight. I don't think I've ever seen him run the bottom in 1 and 2 tonight at all. But he's able to make that work. Porter slots back in behind him. As Kissenweather actually pitted as well. Same with Justin Quimby, but Andrew Willias, he's going to stay out of the race. He's going to move into third. But Jaden Porter, he's going to pit for the second place spot with 18 to go. Maybe the fuel's a little bit closer than we thought. So Porter pits later. Parker stays out on the track. Willias stays in second. So Willias will stay in second, but Pacey Wajins, he pitted earlier. He's right in front of Josh Arnold. We'll see what Parker does. Parker is going to dive it down pit road here as well. So I think everyone needs an extra stop of fuel. Thought it'd be 54 laps of fuel, but it's actually going to be a lot less than what we thought. These drivers may have pitted a little bit too early. We see Andrew Willias, it might be a little close. Willias, he's staying out of the racetrack. But Pacey Wajin and Josh Arnold are going to be out in front of Jaden Porter. But Jaden Porter only about a second back, maybe about 3 seconds back. See what Kissenweather comes out as well. Kissenweather's about a couple seconds back from Jaden Porter. But now here comes Pacey Wajin. He's coming through into turn 1 now. He will be the net race leader. As Jonathan Parker's still on pit road. Jonathan Parker does not have a penalty, but he's still on pit road, so he may have got speeding. We'll take a quick look at that. .48 seconds, so he must have a penalty, but I'm not seeing a penalty in the from iRacing. So interesting there, a long stop there for Parker. That's going to take him out of the opportunity for the race win. But right now, Andrew Willias staying on the racetrack. He last pitted on lap 81, which is a couple laps after everyone else pitted. He has 27 seconds to Pacey Wajin in second. Can Andrew Willias make it on fuel? I think he can. I don't know if everyone just tried the two-stop strategy, but everyone else decided to pit again. Willie has 22 seconds. He's a lot slower compared to everyone on the fresh tires. Pretty much 2 seconds slower, but he still holds on to the race lead. Can he make it 13 more laps? But right now, the battle for second, Arnold and Wajin. Arnold trying to run that outside lane. He's going to try cross under off turn 4. Side by side for second. Arnold and Wajin. This might be the battle for the net race lead. If Willias cannot make it on fuel, Arnold's going to take the race, the net race lead away possibly. Arnold clears for second. Wajin's going to have to fight back, but also keep an eye on that 28 machine of Jaden Porter. He's a couple seconds back. He's got about 5 lap pressure tires. Goes Willias. He's down pit road now. So now this is the battle for the race lead. Josh Arnold and Pacey Wajin battling for the lead. 12 to go. He's going to keep it out. Jaden Porter behind them, about 2 seconds back, a second and a half back. Last time by, Porter was about 2/10 quicker than Josh Arnold. So off turn 2 with 12 laps to go. This is the battle for the lead. Wygen and Arnold. You got Meredith and Porter behind them, but by about a second to a second and a half. Wygen able to use the bottom. We haven't seen him really run the top at all. He's been saving his tires a lot tonight. Off turn 4. Arnold's going to still hold on to the race lead, but he got a little bit of lap traffic coming up in front of them. The 3, 1, and 2, they're going to stick to the middle of the racetrack. Well, last time by, Jaden Porter was 4/10 faster than our race leaders. So right now, Jaden Porter, he'll be able to get to the race leader, Josh Arnold. But will the tires even out in time? This time by, off turn number 4, it'll be 10 laps to go for that 22 machine of Josh Arnold. But Pacey Wygen, hard on the outside wall off turn 4. He got loose and overcorrect with the outside wall. He's going to keep it straight and will stay green. But Pacey Wygen, a hard hit to the outside wall. That's going to be big damage and heavy damage for that double zero machine. He was running that second place spot. We'll see off turn 4 here, struggling with a lot of drivers struggling with their grip. He's going to lose it off 4, overcorrect to the outside wall, and he's going to lose multiple spots. And that's going to put him back to 4. He's still only going to be in 4th. But Josh Arnold leads over 7/10 over Zachary Meredith. But here comes Jaden Porter, side by side for seconds. He should go to the inside. He's going to be able to clear Meredith off the corner. Coming at 8 laps to go this time by. He should need about a 10th a lap to Josh Arnold if he wants a chance at this race win. Can Arnold hold on? He played the undercut. Can he hold on to the race lead? Porter with about 5 to 10 lap pressure tires compared to Josh Arnold. So it's 4 lap pressure tires for Jaden Porter. That's last time by. He was 2/10 of a lap quicker, so he will get there. But we've seen the struggles to pass and how the top lane has been very, very dominant and to defend its positions. Porter down to half a second to Josh Arnold. Porter on the bottom. Arnold on the top, sticking to the top. This time by, 7 to go. I don't know if Arnold will be able to hold on. Jaden Porter, he doesn't have the main competition. The driver he was battling with before they pitted was Jonathan Parker. But Parker, long pit stop. I believe he had a pit stop penalty. But now, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Jaden Porter looking for the race lead. Down to the inside, side by side for the lead. Arnold on the top, Porter on the bottom. Porter not going to be able to clear. Yes, he will, though. Arnold not going to have the run to be able to make a move. 6 to go. Porter takes the lead on the fresher tires. He's going to be able to pull away. As Porter going to just set sail and try and put as much time as he can between him and Josh Arnold. No one else is even really close to him in lap time. That's close enough to catch him. 5 to go for that 28 machine of Jaden Porter. We heard a strategy earlier, qualified on pole earlier tonight, and he's looking to take it all the way to a win. He was staying around that top 3 to 5 spots all night long. 5 to go. Just hoping there's no more cautions. Only had 1 caution due to calls tonight, and that was on the initial starts. But off turn 4, Porter setting sail out, opens up his gap to over half a second. Now to about a second over Josh Arnold. 4 laps to go for that 28 machine. And he's just going to check out. Now this is the battle. This is Willie Ass, he's able to get by Happyak and Nathan Lamont, so this is the battle for 10th. So Willie Ass stayed out really late on those set of tires, so he's gonna move his way up to that top 10 position. I don't believe he cannot catch any more drivers. His next driver is Cole Snyder up ahead, but he's only getting about 10th of the lap, so Willie Ass not gonna be able to make any more spots. Donnie Kite and Cody McCorkle the next close on the racetrack, but Kite's able to pull away from McCorkle off turn 4 there. So everyone else pretty much, no one's even close. on the racetrack. But Jaden Porter, he's been running up front all night. He qualified on pole. 2 to go. Just needs to get it back to the white flag. He wants a shot at, if he wants to take the race win. Jaden Porter off turn 4. He will take the white flag. 1 lap to go for that 28 machine. Last week he started 15th and was able to get bring home 9th here at the Super Speedway. Tonight he starts on pole and he looks like he will take it to the end. Starting on pole, was able to stay in the top 3 to 5 all night, battled with the lead with Jonathan Parker. Parker made the mistake on pit road and no one else was able to keep up with Porter. Porter played the perfect strategy all night long, saved his tires perfectly. Off turn 4, Jaden Porter in the 28 machine. He's going to win the Juicy Spider 192 here at Legacy Atlanta. Let's move back to the battle for 11th here. This is Nathan Lemon and Nick Hapiak to the inside. Hapiak off turn number 4. Can he steal that 11th place spot? Lemon is going to hold on for 11th. Oh, it's a crash in front of him. That's Willie S. in another driver. Well, that's Ronnie A. That's actually, no, that's Dawson Allen. Allen was 8 laps down. Had an incident there with Willie S. But Jaden Porter was able to take the race win. He played the strategy right tonight. He was able to steal the race away. Jaden Porter wins it away, and he'll lock himself into the playoffs later in the season. So he burns it down here at Legacy Atlanta. Josh Arnold will round out 2nd, and Zachary Meredith, I believe he will strengthen his points lead. He will finish in 3rd tonight. So great 2 top 3 finishes for him, for that 17 machine of Zachary Meredith. He's able to extend his great his top 3 streak so far. But Jaden Porter burning it down on the front stretch. We'll be right back here with our top 3 interviews when we come back. Welcome back here to Legacy Atlanta and the GC Spider 192 finishing results. So before we interview our top three, we'll take a quick look at our results here. You got Jaden Porter. He'll bring home the race win over 2.5 seconds over the 22 machine of Josh Arnold, with Zachary Meredith in third, and Mark Kissenweather rounds out fourth, and Pacey Wadget rounds out our top five. Brett Bennett will round out in sixth, with Donnie Kite in seventh, Trinity McCorkle eighth, Cole Snyder in ninth, and Andrew Willias will be able to take third place position. I'll take that 10th place spot after a great pit strategy and overcut. They'll put him back in, bring him back up to that top 10. Javon Nathan Lamont, he's able to hold off Nick Hapiak for that 11th place spot very late into the run. Nick Hapiak takes 12th place position. Justin Quibby in 13th. Ronnie Ayers in 14th. The last driver on our lead lap, and Jonathan Parker, unfortunate mistake on pit road there late for him. In that last run, he'll round out 15th. Our first car one lap down. Same with Ethan Fonseca Moreno, pit stop issues. He was going to round out 16th, one lap down. Enrique Quinones, he was finished 17th, with Mike Campbell in 18th, Josh Carfinal in 19th, and Giovanni Klein. That's our top 20. Dawson Allen in 21st, and Tyler Bronach in 22nd, and Hunter Peach with unfortunate issues early on. They got caught up in that early wreck early on in the race on the initial start. Yeah, he'll round out our 23 car field tonight and rounding out in 23rd place position. So that is our finish results here tonight at Legacy Atlanta. So we'll bring in our top three interviews here. So we'll bring in Jaden Porter.
Fine, I think.
So Jaden, welcome to the booth. You able to talk to you earlier about your strategy for those stages? You able to take that race win from the pole? So how really how was the strategy through that final stage really, and what was your game plan there?
Yeah. This last stage honestly fit me a lot better than the first two, because it meant kind of saving tires a little bit more than the other stages. And I was just honestly trying to ride with Ethan and JP there the whole last run, just save tires. And the last I think the last green flag stop, I pitted a lap earlier than JP, and I overshot my box, so I thought it was over after I did that. And then he got the penalty for unsafe pit entrance. There, I think he was gonna take 2 at the end, and actually would have maybe won him the race. But it feels good to get back to victory lane. I haven't won a league race in a while, so it feels good to win.
And you're battling with Parker there toward pretty much that entire last run. How difficult really was the pass and the dirty air affecting you, and how hard was it the pass in the multi groove with the top and bottom lanes?
Yeah, it was really hard to pass. If their tires weren't completely dead, it would take you a couple laps to pass them on the bottom. It was kind of hard to get to people's right rears because everyone would run the wall. So it was really fast unless their tires were really messed up compared to yours. And it was also weird because when I was behind GP and like right behind him, I was able to like have rear grip, but I think the second run I passed him with like 10 laps left on that run, and I just could not have any rear grip when I had clean air. So it was really weird. It was like kind of a chess game when you wanted to be out front and when you didn't want to be out front, honestly.
Yeah, but you played it perfectly, able to pick up that race win. But before you send you off on your way, any sponsors like to thank for tonight's race win?
Yeah, I'd like to thank njbdesigns.com. He sponsored me to get into this league, so I appreciate him for sponsoring me. My teammates Ethan and JP, we had a fun battle basically the whole race, honestly. So it was really fun to race with those guys. Kept it clean. It's really fun to race in this league. Pretty fun league, I think. Long runs, what's good. Got everyone in here is cool, so appreciate all of them.
All right, so you're able to pick up that race win, and congrats on the race win. We'll see you. We'll see you next week, which I believe they will be at Phoenix. So we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
All right, thank you, bud.
That was our race winner, Jaden Porter, and we'll bring in our second place finisher, Josh Arnold, able to play his strategy perfectly and able to play that undercut as well with Wygent, but he was able to pull away from Wygent. But great run for you tonight. But how did that tire wear, and how that play out with your strategy? How was that tire wear?
I didn't have. I mean, obviously the tire wear was there, but it didn't really affect me a whole lot. I was able to just run a steady pace the entire run. And that's how I was able to gain a few spots there at the end by giving up a couple of spots there at the beginning. So tire wear was there, but I didn't feel it a whole lot. I was trying my best to just stay top 5 with those guys up front.
Yeah, so you were able, tires definitely play a factor, but you're able to
Yeah.
play. So you're able to play it. You were battling a lot there with Pacey towards the pretty much the entire final stage there. And how's the dirtier effect, and especially with the lanes, like you have the top and bottom in the middle, pretty much lanes everywhere. And how did the dirtier really affect what lane you chose try to pass someone?
Well, with this car, it's anywhere. I mean, I try to get a little bit of air on my nose, whether I run middle, top, high. I mean, I ran every single lane tonight, and a lot of it has to do with the who's in front because the dirty air will give you extra tire wear. So I do try my hardest to keep the wheel in the same spot, and then also have just a slither of air on that nose to help me turn.
All right, so you're able to master at least that part and able to pick up second place tonight. But before you send it off on your way, any sponsor you'd like to thank for tonight's second place finish?
Yeah, Go Time cards and Culture cards, both of them are on eBay for all your sporting cards, baseball, football, NASCAR, everything there. I've seen Dale Earnhardt, new, old, everything. So, and then also tonight's sponsor, Juicy Spider. They do a lot for our league as far as graphics. And then I want to thank you for taking your time to broadcast us tonight. And then all the drivers who continue to show up and support your league.
All right, well, congrats on the second place finish. We'll see you next week at Phoenix.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So that was our second place finisher, and we'll bring in our third place finisher and our points leader after last week, and we'll probably keep that. Zachary Meredith, so you're able to continue your top 3 streak tonight. But before you ask you, actually, we'll bring in that. So how's that momentum feel for the 2 top 3s in a row? You're able to extend your points lead. Not locked into the playoffs yet, not able to get that win, but obviously that brings great confidence, great momentum. And what you able to do with that going later into the rest of the season?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Man, it feels good. Back-to-back top 3s is always great. I've always liked Atlanta. I like both surfaces, the old and the new. So I'm glad I was able to do good on both. Qualify up front, stay up front. Made a few mistakes, early in the race, trying to run the bottom. It was just so loose. I mean, I gave up a lot of stage points. So hopefully, I don't make no more mistakes like that. But it feels good having all this momentum. Hopefully, I can continue it going to next week at Phoenix. Phoenix isn't the greatest track for me, but it's not the worst. So I'll probably be around top 10, maybe, hopefully. So I just got to keep the car clean and try to get some stage points and hopefully a lap lead. Didn't get any laps led tonight, unfortunately, so I didn't get any extra points for that. So.
And you're able to get a good top three, another top 3 here tonight. But how's your fuel strategy? I thought I had the fuel number about 54 laps, but how did that fuel strategy, the pit strategy, play into a factor in getting up in that top 5, top 3 tonight?
So I mean, our fuel, we could probably max it out probably about 33 laps. Our fuel tank was definitely adjusted for this race. It was definitely different. I did some practice earlier in the week. If it was 100% fuel, a 20-gallon tank, it would have been 60 laps, roughly like what you said. But he basically cut that in half. So we were running with 10-gallon tanks. So it was basically 30 laps. Being at old Atlanta, you always want to stay out as long as possible. You don't want a short pit really because of how quick the tires just die on you. I tried running it out as long as I could every run. The only time I didn't was the very last pit stop. Pacey Wygant, he kind of forced my hand. I was going to pit with about 21 laps to go, and then he was in front of me, and he pitted with 24 to go, and then I didn't have enough time to get down to pit road right behind him, so I went the very next lap, and me and Josh Arnold did the same strat, pit on the same lap, and we finished second and third. So I'll take it. It's a good finish. It's a good day.
Okay, so congrats on that top. There's double top 3s to start the season. And but before you send it off on your way, any sponsors that think for tonight's third place finish?
Yeah, shout out to Pizza and Wings. That's my podcast, my gaming channel. All my boys over there. Shout out to Byron again for making my paint scheme. And if you ever need a paint scheme, contact him. Great work, good price. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting. Can't wait to go back and watch this.
All right, well, congrats on your double top threes 2 weeks in a row, and you strengthen your points lead, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
Yes, sir.
So that was Zachary Meredith, our third place finisher. So overall, it was a great race tonight. We seen the draft and dirty air played a factor, and the tire wear came into factor in that late in that second stage, and that fuel number I had was way off. But the fuel strategy, everyone had to make 2 stops in that final stage, and the tire strategy, everyone played it out perfectly. Pit road was a tough one to get on tonight. We had Jonathan Parker and Ethan Fonseca Moreno, both drivers running up for that top 3 for their pit road penalties. They struggled to get on pit road, and that ended their chance at the race win tonight. But overall, a great race tonight. Coming up here on LRN, I believe next stream is next week at Phoenix here in NAOR Cup Series, and then next Saturday we have the Volt Racing League. They start their chase. They'll start next Saturday night here on 9:30 p.m. Eastern. They'll be at Pocono for 50 laps, so they'll start their chase on, and they'll make their a little 6 to 7 race run to crown a champion there in the next couple weeks. Coming up here in a few weeks, October 1st, we'll be back out of Iowa in the trucks for Top Tier Racing League. That'll be 8:20 Eastern Time, I believe, as normal. That's coming up in 2 weeks. We'll come up for Top Tier Season 2. But next week here on NAR, we'll see you then. Next week, I'm Aaron Brown signing off, and so long from Legacy Atlanta. We'll see you next week at Phoenix.